Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you guys to the conversation. So today we're going to be talking about Paul George, who just recently joined the Clippers, and we're going to be talking about the advice that he got from Kobe when he got to LA to go play with the Clippers, and if Laker fans should be upset. So let's get into the content. So as you know the Clippers are the second team in LA, although it's still a Lakers town. The Clippers are still trying to make their name to take over LA to be the number one basketball team in the city, and we all know the Lakers have been the number one sports franchise, at least in basketball, in the history of basketball, with all of those championships that they won and all of these great players that they have, although the Boston Celtics do have one more championship title banner than the Lakers do. Needless to say, the Lakers, we all know this. They have LeBron, they have AD, they have Glitz, they have the glamour, and they have all of the Hollywood stars showing up at front court and, for all the games and all this stuff. And they actually currently lead in the league, with having the best record in the league. I think it's at 12-2. Now the Clippers are just fresh off of their win, where we actually got to see for the first time Kawhi Leonard and Paul George on the court, and they were electrifying. They ended up winning that game against the best team in the East, the Boston Celtics, and they capped it off with a block from Kawhi Leonard blocking Kemba Walker's shot to tie the game, and they ended up overtime, and it was a great game, and they ended up winning that game. But let's focus on Paul George, because Paul George is the second best two-way player in all of basketball. He came in third in MVP votes last season, and I think he came in third in defensive player votes last season as well. So we all know that Paul George is electrifying. But in a recent interview that he did with ESPN, I think when they were doing training camp in Hawaii, the ESPN got a chance to really catch up with with Paul George and ask him, how he's been settling into a new environment. Now he's playing with the Clippers and all these cool things. And they asked him, we heard that you've been, Kobe has been in your ear and he spoke to you about you coming to the Clippers and what happened, because Kawhi Leonard attended one of Kobe's camps that he has for the Mamba, I think it's the Mamba Academy, that's what he calls it, where a lot of players showed up, like Kyrie Irving, Kawhi Leonard was there, and other players that attended his camp. So Paul George was there, and essentially, these are the things that he spoke about with Kobe. He said Kobe spoke to him about different sets that they could run. He spoke to him about how he can look at the floor. He said also how he can keep his teammates engaged throughout the season. They also spoke about the ups and downs of the NBA, and he really spoke to Kobe about his approach to basketball and how he prepares for the game. Now we all know Kobe, when he was playing, he was the hardest working player probably in the history of basketball. Anybody will tell you that he worked harder than even Michael Jordan, because Michael Jordan, he was such a great athlete and such a great performer that off the court, Michael Jordan would drink alcohol. Michael Jordan would gamble, whereas Kobe was 100% committed to his craft. And you saw a lot of that, especially in the Olympics. I think it was the 2008 Olympics, or 2000. Yeah, I think it was like the 2008 Olympics when all of these stories came out when, Kobe was calling trainers into the gym at like 4 or 5 a.m. in the morning, getting a workout in, then his Olympic teammates would show up, and he's already drenched in sweat, getting ready for the first practice, and people are like, how long have you been here, man? He's like, I've been here for the past 3 hours. So Kobe's workout history is legendary. He would train, I think, 8 to 10 hours a day on off season. So we all know that Kobe has an impeccable work ethic. And I think what Paul George is trying to do is gain an edge, by listening to this guy, because they play similar positions. Paul George is a small forward. Kobe is a two guard. But I think throughout the season, they're going to be playing interchanging roles. Maybe he may move over to the 2. Kawhi may move over to the 3, depending on the situation on the floor. It makes a lot of sense that he would go to somebody that's been to where he's already been. Been to where he's trying to get to. Paul George has never even been to a championship. He's never even played in a finals before. So to go to Kobe makes a lot of sense, and you would think that a lot more players would tap into that. I'm sure other players do. We just don't know about it, because I'm not in the NBA. I don't live in Los Angeles. So I don't know all of the inner workings of what's happening in LA. However, the interesting thing about this whole thing is, it's interesting that Kobe is giving advice to a Clipper, and Kawhi Leonard was there as well, because Kobe is he's a 20-year, he played 20 years for the Lakers, and you would think that he would be mentoring other players. You would think that he would sort of be a little bit more reserved, in talking to Paul George. I'm sure they have a good rapport, but he probably wouldn't go into all the details of how to really become this excellent basketball player and team manager, because he's essentially helping the other team. We all know Kobe is not a Clippers fan or whatever it is. So is very interesting. And listening to that entire interview, it made me wonder, should Lakers fans be upset about Kobe, giving Paul George all of these jewels and Paul George attending, this camp, and, because should they be upset about it, or is it fair game? Is it, whoever's willing to go speak to him, they have all the right to do it. And that's what I really what I want to know from you guys with this topic. If you're a Laker fan watching this video, I want to know how you feel about it. Do you think Kobe is betraying your team, or you don't really care you're a Kobe fan and you're just happy with anything that Kobe's doing? Or do you feel some kind of way about it? Now, me on a personal level, I think it's fair game. If you go to him, he's going to share his wisdom with you, and I don't think there's a problem with it, because all of those things that he would tell you, or talking about sets and how to look at the floor and all those things, you still have to go out and apply it. So it doesn't necessarily mean that if Kobe's giving Paul George all of these jewels, that he's not going to go out there and be him or MJ or something like that. So that's my opinion on it. That's my take on it. But what I want to know from you guys is, do you think that Kobe is sort of selling out the Lakers? That's a strong word, but do you think that Kobe, as a lifelong Laker, should not be giving that information to Paul George? Or do you think it's fair game and, it doesn't really make a big deal whatsoever? So that's what I want to know from you guys. Leave a comment in the comment section below about this topic, because I think it's going to be an ongoing theme throughout the season. I definitely want to know what you guys think. Again, if you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so you get some of our hottest content as it's coming out, because we're going to be doing different type of basketball videos and sports videos with the days and months to come. So once again, I want to thank you guys for all the support. This is Charles here from DreamersPro. Wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace!